You have God in you and they don't, causing them to act out and behave awful towards you for no apparent reason at all. You have God in you and they do not. They don't know how to find the empathy that you have for them, for you. They don't know how that's done. All right. They do not know how to operate off a level of love and understanding. Those who operate off of a level of love and understanding are easily able to put themselves in someone else's place to realize that it's a certain way that you're supposed to treat people, interact with people, deal with people. If they had God in them, then they would be able to take your presence a tad bit differently. All right. And they can have the spirit of God in them. All right. But they just choose not to. They don't. All right. They don't want to accept God that way. They don't want God in their life like that. These are the, religious narcissist type of people, the people who use God, the people who talk about God, but they really have no connection with him. So it's like it's just all carnal. It's all vain. And it's all vanity anyway. Even God would look at my videos and be like, that's all for vanity. And God would be correct because that's how he sees it. But still, it's like there's a difference between it being for vanity in God's eyes and it actually being for vanity, because it's like the person is soulless. There's no connection. They actually don't care about people. They don't really want to help people. If they do, it's just for their image. It's just for them to look good. All right. They actually could care less about people or what they could do for them or how they feel. Um, the fact that they don't have God in them, it cuts them off from the source. All right, so they are cut off from the universal energies that flow, from whom all blessings flow. That's why God is the source. The Bible says, from whom all blessings flow. From whom all blessings flow. Our God is the one that all the blessings flow from. That's why he is the source. All right, and you are connected to that source, but they are not. They have no connection to that source. They're cut off from that source. That's why you don't see them out in nature getting any sun or chilling by any trees or, out here kicking it with the raccoons. They don't have a sense of being one. All right. They have a sense of being separate. That's why you don't treat other people the way that they do. Why? Because you have that sense of God in you, right? You have that sense of God in you, and you know that you are one with the Father. You know that you and God are one. And when you know you are one with God, you also know you are one with every living, breathing thing. Trees, birds, pets, nature. You're one. So there's no separation. You don't see yourself as separate. All right, you have the connection when you go out into nature and you look at the trees. They're inanimate physically, but it's still a living organism. And some of us can even feel the spirits on the trees. Some of us even go off as to go hug trees. All right, I know people feel a certain way about that, but I really don't care because I know the science behind it. All right, if you lean on a tree for a good 15 to 25 minutes, your whole cellular structure, your vibration, your mind, stress level, everything is renewed. Stress drops, cortisol drops. Like hugging a tree is pretty much like going to the gym. It's like uh, uh, nature therapy. Like the trees are, their roots are deep into the ground, and there's a lot of good energies that flow from the earth. That's why crystals are good. All right, that's why crystals are good, because crystals are embedded into the earth, lodged into the earth. All right, they are created by heat and all types of different other minerals that are deep within the earth's core and all these things, and they're pushed up in the form of these crystals. All right. So when you get these crystals and you wear them for jewelry, or you hold them and absorb the energy coming off of it, it's nothing evil about it. All right, they have vibrations. If crystals are evil, then diamonds are too. Well, people would say people are using diamonds for witchcraft. Are they not? They aren't. People aren't using diamonds for witchcraft. Right now, I see jewels being used for witchcraft, people killing over diamonds, and what's happening in Africa with the diamonds, and I mean what's happening here in the United States, where you got the youth out here killing each other trying to get a icy watch, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like, if that's not witchcraft, I don't know what is. Them things be sparkling and dancing, and people still buy those, people still wear those, people even have diamonds on and have the nerve to say that crystals are evil because people use them to do witchcraft. All right. Well, there's a million things you could do. You could talk and cast a spell on somebody. You could use your words to curse someone. Is that not witchcraft? So it's like it's basically how a thing is used. Your words can be used for good. Your words can be used for evil. Everything has a duality. All right, a weapon can be used to defend a predator. Could be used to defend an enemy. I mean, could be used to defend yourself from getting attacked by an enemy. All right, somebody breaks in your home and you have a shotgun or you have some type of weapon, and you blow their brains out. That's good for you, because now you just defended your place. All right, you just defended you and your family. So that's good. If somebody breaks into somebody's home with one, and God forbid tries to do anything, then it's being used for evil. So crystals do a lot of good. All right. And you could tell I feel strongly about crystals. I don't see anything wrong with them. Like I said, it's just energy. It's an energy source. It's a way to collect the energy from the earth. It's a way to get your frequency back in order, because with all these different energies being put out by EMF waves and 5G towers and cell phones, it's good to have some of these crystals on you, because it's actually deflecting a lot of bad frequencies and bad energies from attacking your aura. All right, with the power lines right underneath us. If you watch that Tupac video, when he was on the cross, he had the power lines on him. The power lines were holding him up there, like these power lines with the electricity flowing through them. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be that close to us or we're supposed to be that close to them, but back to the video, all right, because I don't want to get distracted. But yeah, crystals aren't evil. So it's like you probably have a connection to the earth. You probably like the animals. You probably like the trees. You probably like crystals and things like that. And you probably feel a connection to them. All right, I know crystals are inanimate objects to some, but some people say there's a spirit living in those crystals. They're actually living, breathing entities as well, and they're here to protect you. They're here to be used for good. Some people may use them for bad, but that's that. Like, God does not suffer a witch to live, but God created them. So I don't think they're bad necessarily in terms of it's just in terms of how it's being used. All right. So just that was that. All right. Um, but you have God in you. So when you wear crystals and things like that, you feel a connection to the creator. When you go out into nature and you hug a tree, you feel a connection to the creator. When you go and sit by the beach, you feel a connection to the creator. When you step outside and the sun hits you, you feel an instant connection. You feel your vibration rise. You feel good. You have a smile on your face. All right, you're getting in that vitamin dizzle for shizzle. All right. So, I mean, it just boils down to people having God in them and who doesn't. The people who are hating on you and people who want to stop you. All right. People who, you know, have a lot of negative things to say. They don't have God in them like that. But you'll have people who portray themselves as overly zealous for the Lord and overly righteous, but they're talking about their brother behind their back with malicious intent, with ill intent. All right, just straight dogging them, clowning them, putting them down. All right, and they may even do this around this person, but they'll say that, they put God first, and they're a Christian, or they're this, or a Catholic, or they're a good person, or whatever religion they are. They'll be like, yeah, I'm a good person, but they're really not. They're just using that as a cover up, and they're trying to sneakily deceive people. All right, so they deceive others. Like, people who have God in them, we don't go around deceiving people. I'm just keeping it a bean. We don't go around trying to pretend to be anything that we're not. All right, anything that can be worked out, we will usually try to work it out. We'll usually talk things out. We'll usually see if we could take some initiative and fix the issue, or resolve whatever is going on. But like I said, the people who don't have God in them, you're not going to see this in them. All right, they're not going to want to try to resolve anything. It's going to continue to be an argument. All right, they're not going to be speaking life. They're not going to be speaking positive. They're not going to be speaking good things into the universe. All right, and like, this is why they behave awful towards you for no apparent reason at all. All right, they're upset that you actually have that divine spark within you. That it's not just the fact that you have God in you. There's a lot more to it that comes along with that. All right, you have a divine spark. You have a divine sense of energy. That energy helps you to create. That energy helps you to paint. It helps you to sing. It helps you to write. It helps you to create books, create songs, create new clothes, create businesses. It helps you to go out and to want to connect with nature. All right, that divine spark, looking for more divine sparks, looking for more of itself, looking for other extensions of itself. All we are is a little piece of God. And then when you go out into nature, that's why you experience God, because God is a part of everything that he created. So when you're going out into nature, you're just tapping in and getting in tune with the creator. All right, so that's why you can obviously see that you have God in you, and it's becoming easier to tell those that don't. And it doesn't make us more righteous, or it doesn't put us in a better position than anyone, because we still have to work on ourselves and do the best that we can do, all right, as people who put God first in their life. But the people that don't have God in their life, and that don't have that divine spark within them, you have to be aware. All right, because these are those people that will sabotage you, right? These are those people who will deceive you. These are the people that will smile in your face all the while trying to take your place. Those backstabbers, all right, because they feel that they have something. I mean, they feel that you have something that they don't. And what they don't have is that divine spark, all right, that power and that presence of the oneness, Abba Father, all right, being in tune with the Creator, all right, it's more than just saying it. There's a lot that comes with it, you know. You get to feel good. You get to have ideas. You get to get downloads. Art. You get to be seen as a piece of God Himself by other people, and that's why they'll hate on you and be upset to you for no reason. Is because they see the God in you. They see you're too blessed to be stressed. They see that anointing. They see that crown, and you're wearing it. They see your cup running over. All right. They see the anointment of oil on you. All right. You're just dripping that. You got that oil, permeating off of you. You're doing everything you can to stay righteous, to do good in this lifetime. And then there are those that appear to just don't even care. All right. They say they believe, but their intentions are unbelievable. They say they believe, but their intentions are unbelievable. And it's just some things that people have to say about other people that it makes people not want to be a part of whatever they have going on, or be around them, or work there, or spend time with them. So it's like, you can tell people who have God in them, because they're going to be welcoming. They're going to be, they're not going to treat you bad for no reason. All right, you're going to be able to be around them for a long time. All right, their personality, unless y'all just don't click like that, is not going to be pushing you away from them. All right, that you'll just come to a common understanding that y'all two just aren't doing it for each other. But no, it won't be like it won't be no hard feelings kind of thing. Like people that don't have God in them, they behave awful towards you for no reason at all. This is why people, when you're in stores and when you're out and when you're going places, people seem to overlook you and make a connection with somebody else. It's because they sense a connection on you that they don't have. So it's like they can't relate to you because of how jealous they could possibly be or how that negatively you make them feel. All right. Hence them trying to make you feel negative. Like you never know what you're pulling out of a person or what you're drawing out of a person or what a person is feeling when you're in their presence. And when you come in there, changing the energy of the room, when you come in there shifting frequencies, making people realize there's certain things that they need to change, or people realizing certain faults they have and certain things that they could better perform. All right, once you go in there and people get a whiff of that Godhead, that God vessel, they they tend to feel some type of way about it. All right, but usually people who I've seen people feel some type of way about me, and they're not evil. All right, I know all the real ones have noticed this. It's like a real recognized real moment. I've had people give me the I see you look, and it's not a evil thing. It's just like, yo, they're like, yo, I see this dude. I see him. I see what you got going on, sir. Congratulations. That's what's up. And I've had people give me that look and not, hate on me or not do me any kind of way. It's like they may not have played me too close, or I don't. They may not have played me too close or dealt with me, you know, too hard, but they weren't bad people, and they didn't come at me for who I was as a person. They didn't try to destroy me or bring me down, or try to sabotage me or make sure that I don't complete my mission or get where I'm trying to get. And it's like there's people that I've seen that were super cool and super fly, and I was just like, oh, okay, all right, I see you. It's irrational to think that everybody's going to have love for you and support you and appreciate you, but just because someone doesn't show you love or support you doesn't mean they want you to die. There are people who will let people live, and just what, they may not mess with them too hard. Maybe they're feeling some type of way about them, but they're dealing with it in a way to where it's not negative or toxic. You may feel some type of way about someone, but you don't allow it to turn you evil. You don't feel so badly about yourself that you have to try to stop this person from anything or to stop them from something that they're doing. You don't have to get in the way of them living their life. It's not that deep. It ain't never that deep. You'll just go improve on yourself or go work on yourself. And that's what self-improvement is for. Because whatever people get jealous of, you want that. If you're jealous over somebody's new car, you probably want a new car. You're jealous over somebody's physique, you probably want to look good. You probably want to feel better than you currently do. So it is what it is. People will be awful for no reason. People will be nasty for no reason. It's because they're not experiencing God on the level that you are. And you're experiencing God on a very high level. All right. Always talking to him, always focusing on him, always being grateful for the little things. All right. Always reconnecting to source. All right. Taking time out to go out to nature, meditate, keep your mind right, keep your body right, flush them toxins out of you. All right, get your resonance, get your frequency popping, jumping again. All right, but you do have God in you, and you have that divine spark, that feeling that you feel when you hear a new song, or you experience some cool art, or you experience something magnificent, something amazing. All right, that is God in the first place. So it's just making you remind you of itself. All right. So those things that you think make you feel the creation and you feel good when you hear them, that's you feeling that spark, that presence of God in the person that created that. All right. And you know how people will say that this makes me feel creative, or this makes me feel this way, or that's that divine spark within you. That's God and you trying to express itself freely through you. All right, so that's why they're also mad, because they're not creative. They're not able to express they're not getting anything to express. They may not have anything to express. They're not feeling that energy of God to want to express, you know. I let that energy flow through me, and I use it to create. And everyone that creates has a special connection with the creator, all right, because they know that it's certain things that they're connecting to when they're working on something. All right, that's why, like I said in one of my other videos, they call it a flow state. But these people that don't have God in them, all right, and they're working for the devil, and they're allowing him to take over them, and they want to do evil, wicked deeds, these people are putting themselves further and further and further and further and further away from the creator, and they're putting themselves closer to the dull, the low vibrational, the spiritually dead, you know, all right, the very low frequency people, low vibrational people. And it's nothing wrong with, all right, being low vibrational, as long as a person will eventually wake up and is not choosing that purposefully. Before we all woke up, we were low vibrational. We had to wake up. We had to come to an understanding. We had to raise our frequency. We had to do things that would put us on a higher vibration. But once we found out, we immediately decided, I have to work on myself so that way I could raise my consciousness, and that way I could do better, I could be better, I could feel better as a person, and the people around me won't be suffering from how I feel or my negativity or my little funks that I might be in. So it's really all according to the way a person chooses to live their life. You have to welcome God into your life, and once you do, it'll never be the same. But for people who don't welcome him into their life, or give appreciation to a higher power, or have or sense or feel that divine spark within them, they may tend to do some low vibrational things. But of course, we all know it's deeper than this. There are spirits that inhabit people and damage their aura and cause them to take over and possess them, and possibly take over their body as well. All right, that they may have their brain hijacked, all right, by a demonic entity. So you have to take all this into consideration, so that way you're not affected by these beings not having God in them, because it could be frustrating, because having God in you and being peaceful and treating people a certain way and going out into the world and expecting to get that back in return, but getting the total opposite from time to time, it could be nerve-wracking. But there's different kinds of people. It is what it is. Everybody doesn't have to be the same. Everybody's not the same. You're going to have good and you're going to have evil. You're going to have people who want to be bad, and you're going to have people who want to be good. So that's where it stands. You just have to make the choice for yourself. But having God in you is a responsibility. All right, and you have to use it wisely. All right, you can't use it to try to manipulate. All right, end up like some of these people out here getting caught up with these cults and all these groups. Using the power of God in them to manipulate, using the power of God in them to get people to do what they want. And I'm not here to spread false witness or anything, but as far as what is shown, people are out here, manipulating God and misusing him. There's nothing wrong with using God, just don't misuse him. God wants to be used by you. He would rather you use him than go use some harmful product and distribute it to your community and watch people die and fall off the map like flies. All right, so God definitely wants to be used. He doesn't mind you profiting off of his name. I know there are people who say you shouldn't turn it into the Bible says you shouldn't turn it into this or turn it into that, but God wants to see you prosper. And if you're spreading a positive message and you're not corrupt and you're not doing anything that's unrighteous, God doesn't mind you making any money or becoming successful. Or if you put his name on high, he's going to give you great riches and great success. He has all these things for us anyway. So we're supposed to be spreading the good spell and talking about God and all the good things that come along with it. And people are supposed to be intrigued by that. People are supposed to want to be a part of that. All right, you're not supposed to. God's not this boring, dull, whack person or spirit. It's cool. So for people to speak out on it freely and to share their opinion, I think it's a positive thing. All right, and it could definitely shed a lot of light and bring a lot of good vibes to people. all right, throughout the day, because, you know, there are a lot of people that just want to treat people awful. And sometimes people need to hear a good, positive message. All right. Don't be mad at me because I'm business like minded. All right. Don't be mad at other people who believe in God and are business like minded. All right. God says you're supposed to be rich. If you believe in the Lord, you're supposed to prosper. If you put God first in your life, you're supposed to be successful and be rich on top of that. All right. But, you know, there are still people who want to be awful. So we just have to accept that and keep it moving and be glad it's not us. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. We out.